Alright, good morning everyone. It's Comic Artist Pro Secrets and I'm your host Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan, trusted member of the media. So I took a week off of doing these recorded videos in order to do live streams to promote Cyberfrog Blood Honey, which is available on Indiegogo one last time before it goes to print. And if you have not backed Cyberfrog Blood Honey, if you're a new fan and you weren't here when it was initially launched and want your copy of my comic book Cyberfrog Blood Honey, the link is below in the description. You've got one last chance to get in on it. Don't miss out. You'll be glad that you were a part of this. It is historic, the biggest crowdfunded comic book of all time, and it keeps growing. But now it's time to get back in the saddle again. I missed a whole week of Captain Marvel and the craziness thereof. Now, Captain Marvel turned out to be an incredibly strange movie event, if you remember. We thought it was going to be a pretty terrific failure for Marvel Comics, Marvel MCU over at Disney, but they said no, we're not going to let that happen. And there was a lot of chicanery. There was a lot of alleged chicanery and tomfoolery. And I think that we called them out on most of it on YouTube. As you can see, Captain Marvel, if you check Fandango, if you check any of these news sites, if you go on Twitter and you follow any soy boys or any blue-haired land whales, you'll see them rejoicing. You'll see them saying, aha, Captain Marvel ascended. Why, she's the most powerful superhero ever of all time. She can do anything. And for some reason, we were able to make this character sell. She's soaring towards $1 billion in box office receipts. Now, we said, wait a second. The entire time this movie was promoted, our voices were silenced. There was some weird stuff going on with Fandango and Rotten Tomatoes. There were very peculiar charities, quote-unquote charities, that existed solely, grassroots charities all over the world, solely to raise money to allegedly send underprivileged girls to go sit through Brie Larson and Captain Marvel. We wonder what that was about. We've never heard a follow-up, as far as I can see, about any of these girls getting on buses and going to see the Captain Marvel movie. What we have seen, though, is page after page of movie theaters with the front row sold out. No other seats in the house purchased, just the front row sold out. And it was all very, very, very strange. The opening weekend domestics were 153 million, exceeding most of the initial projections and projections for this movie's box office. And it allowed weirdos to say, hooray, social justice works. Now, maybe it does. It's never worked in the past. Is it working here? Are moviegoers different? Do moviegoers really want this kind of stuff? Now, here's what I think happened. As somebody who's been in the comic book industry for 26 years and who's been a comic book fan every year of my 44... Well, I mean, I'm 44 years old. I don't know if I was a comic book fan when I was 1. All right, so let me just say 43... maybe 42 and a half years, I've been a comic book fan. Now, in the old days, way back in the 1970s and 80s, you'd be able to go and buy a 3-pack of comic books. They'd be polybagged. I don't know if you guys remember this. I mean, we've got some young people in the chat, but we've also got some people my own age who are sighing with nostalgia and saying, I remember that, Ethan. I remember going and seeing, hey, it's 3 Marvel comics in a bag, in a sealed bag, and it's $1.99 for all 3 comics. Or in better days, it would be $1. Now, I can see the comic on the outside, on one side. Why, it's Spider-Man. And I flip it over, and the comic on the other side is, why, it's Secret Wars. Those are 2 very desirable comic books with lots of colorful superheroes. Maybe that's great. I'll just take a chance. I can't see the comic that's in the middle. I kind of peel them apart, but they're polybagged. I can't really peek in there and see what this 3rd comic book is that I'm going to get. I guess I'll just have to take it on faith. After all, the first comic was Spider-Man, and the 3rd comic was Secret Wars. Surely that 3rd comic in the middle is Wolverine or X-Men or something like that. Alas, alack, you take that 3-pack home, you open it up, and the comic book that's in the middle is Hello Kitty Adventures. And you're like, what the f... And then you throw a small fit. All right, you might throw a few things because you're a boy. You don't want a Hello Kitty comic. But then you stop for a minute and you go, well, all right, I guess good times, Marvel. At least I got my Spider-Man and my my secret. Does Marvel sell Hello Kitty comics? The equivalent thereof. You know what I mean. The girliest, lamest comic book imaginable for somebody who might like Spider-Man and Secret Wars. That's what's in the middle there. Now, the end result is that that Hello Kitty comic book, that lame comic book that was packaged in the middle of these two books, sends a message to Marvel Comics that, yeah, that book is every bit as important as Spider-Man and Secret Wars because it sold just as many copies, coincidentally, and that's kind of what happened here with Captain Marvel. Sandwiched in between the Amazing Avengers, what was it called again? Who cares? The first Avengers movie over here, and the second Avengers movie, Endgame, which is going to close out this entire quadrilogy. People have built up a level of trust. They don't know Marvel like you and I know Marvel. They don't know Marvel like the Chinese know Marvel. They don't know. The American public is willing to give Marvel the benefit of a doubt, and they are. They're showing up to see Captain Marvel because they seem to think that this movie, which was sandwiched in between two desirable movies, it was called Infinity War, I'm sorry. That always happens to me. I wanted to say Civil War, and I was like, that's not right. That's the Captain America movie. All right, so they think, or they thought that this movie was going to be necessary to see. I need to see Captain Marvel. I want to see the movie that's going to lead into the movie that I actually want to see. This appetizer is exactly the film that they're serving up to me in this Chinese restaurant in which my main course is exactly what I'm looking for. It's egg foo young. Well, what is this? China's reacting to Captain Marvel. They make trolls in China? Do they make trolls in China the way they make them here in America, according to the media? Deep fried egg troll. That's your appetizer right now. China reacts to Captain Marvel. Now, let's see if the Chinese feel the same way about Captain Marvel that we do here in America. Scrolling down here, is it possible to scroll down? Why is everything so complicated all the time? Hold on a second. Every day I suffer in a new and unique way. All right, here we go. China thinks Captain Marvel isn't attractive enough. You don't say. You don't think Brie Larson is the most beautiful woman in the world? That's odd. Online comments for Marvel's first film focused on a female superhero revolve around Brie Larson's looks. She's the star. As the first film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe to focus on a female superhero, Captain Marvel is meant to be a celebration of female empowerment. And it is. It is a celebration of female superpowerment. Overwhelming empowerment. Why? She couldn't just be a character with some powers. She has to be the most powerful character in the world. She's going to be able to dispatch Thanos with one punch. Hooray, Captain Marvel's here. We don't have to worry anymore about anything except for, well, being around Captain Marvel because she's annoying. Hallelujah. Captain Marvel is meant to be a celebration of female empowerment. We've said that over and over again, and so have they, which is weird for a superhero movie. But in China, plenty of discussion online isn't focused on the character's actions, or the film's plot, It's focused on the star, Brie Larson, and her looks. Here we go. I'm not judging a person by their looks, writes a commenter that is about to judge a person on their looks. This is the best article I've ever read. But the main character in a superhero movie shouldn't be a dama. Now, let's all remember that word dama. That's our vocabulary term for the day. Dama, a derogatory term for middle-aged housewives. I've said that all along. I called her Captain Desperate Housewife. Me and the Chinese are like this. We are. I should go over there and negotiate new trade deals with them. I understand the Chinese. Another person reposted a Photoshop meme comparing the butts of Captain Marvel and Spider-Man, using the edited picture to suggest Larson's hips aren't round enough. I don't know what they're talking about. Look at those round hips. That booty, though. Booty got me like, let's take that and put that there, but that makes me uncomfortable, too. I don't really want to. Yeah, the reputation of Captain Marvel was destroyed by this picture, wrote one Weibo user of this Photoshop meme. Weibo? I don't know. Yeah, this is an odd. Like, don't think too hard about this, guys. You know, it's only going to get you into trouble. Don't think too hard about it. Let's move on. While Captain Marvel is far from being the most successful Marvel film in Chinese box office history, it's hardly a flop either. It grossed over $127 million since its March 8th debut, according to Chinese ticketing giant Maoyan. Oh my God. They have a giant ticketer over there? They've got an enormous Chinese giant that sells tickets, and his name's Maoyan. It also boasts a 7-star rating on Douban. That's a 70%, or it might be in the 60s. It might be in the high 60s. a 68 or a 69%. China's equivalent to Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, really? Is it corrupt like Rotten Tomatoes? Is it corrupt like Rotten Tomatoes over there in China? Somehow I think the Chinese would be a little bit more strict about disinformation campaign. Well, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they would be down with propaganda too. But about this, which is comparable to Avengers: Age of Ultron and Venom, and there are plenty of people defending the film's choice of Brie Larson. This is a good argument here. Like, hey, I like Brie Larson. Why must the superheroes look sublimely beautiful? The face looks tough. It's exactly what Captain Marvel calls for, wrote one Weibo user. That's right. I would be so proud if I were Brie Larson and I were reading the comments from the Chinese, and they were saying, why must superheroes be hot? Why couldn't we have Brie Larson? That's a good point. Why couldn't we have Brie Larson as a superhero? That makes complete and total sense to me. Why couldn't we have Steve Buscemi as a superhero? Why does everybody have to be attractive in some way? Steve Buscemi's attractive though, right? In his own way. Why? And you know, maybe that's exactly. Maybe Superman should be played by Steve Buscemi. Why must Superman be sublimely attractive? He looks tough, doesn't he? Another said, I wish we could avoid all double standards. Is Tony Stark young? Is he well built? Do you all like him because of his muscles? I like him because he's likable, which is something that Brie Larson is not. Brie Larson is not likable. Not only is she not attractive, but she is not likable. She is annoying. Still, it seems like Captain Marvel's momentum isn't as strong in China as it is in the U.S. While the blockbuster dominated the American box office for 2 weekends in which there was nothing else new that was playing in a row, in China it lost the top spot to Taiwanese romance More Than Blue. More Than Blue. Not less than blue, more. A tearjerker about two star-crossed lovers. I'd rather see that. I want to see two star-crossed lovers, and I want to cry in Taiwan. That sounds like a good time. Sounds like a lot more fun than Captain Marvel. Some say it's because Captain Marvel feels less like a standalone film and more like a palate cleanser for Avengers Endgame in April. That's what I have been saying. Others, Captain Marvel was okay. Not saying it's bad, but don't expect any surprises, said one of the top commenters on Dao Ban. Watch it for the hype. It's just the lead-up to the final episode anyway. And others say Larson's character feels one-dimensional. She's such an important character, but her personality didn't shine through, said another comment. But there was one thing that almost everybody agreed on. The cat stole the show. Imagine that. The Chinese really like cat. This is the most liked comment on Douban. You know that feeling when you leave the theater at 2:30 a.m. after watching Captain Marvel and you bumped into an orange cat in the corridor? No. I don't know that feeling. I can't relate to that. I can't relate to the feeling of leaving Captain Marvel. First of all, at 2:30 in the morning, that would be like a fever dream. Me having seen Captain Marvel and then looking at my watch, oh shit, it's 2:30 in the morning. Oh. And then stumbling out into and then they've allowed alley cats to roam around in the theater, and I trip over an orange tabby. I don't know what I would do. That's why I'm American, and that is why I, in this one instance, however, very much agree with the Chinese, at least, even though I can't relate to everything they say. I do agree that we could have done better. You know, I mean, if the movie was going to make this much money, we could have stuck ourselves with better. We deserve better. Americans, we should be exporting better to the world. So there's a little bit of shame to be felt here, a little bit of sorrow, a little bit of regret. It's a little bit of regret to be had. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for watching this video with me, Comic Artist Pro Secrets, Ethan Van Sciver. If you enjoyed it, please click like. I'm going to do some more videos. I got to catch up. I got to catch up on the James Gunn thing and a lot of other weird Captain Marvel stuff that's going on right now. So there'll be more videos today. Make sure to subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. Join me. Join this family here at Comic Artist Pro Secrets. Tonight is the High Council. Also, please do back Cyberfrog. Link is below in the description. Thanks, everyone. See you again soon. Hey, I got a P.O. Box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Sciver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey 08053. And I'll probably open it up on the live stream. Thanks very much, everyone. Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. That's at Ethan Van Sciver. See you there. Join the fandom menace and execute your own Order 66 with our incredible line of t-shirts, Soylo, a Soy Wars story, Tico, a Soy Wars story, and our brand new smoking hot Soy Wars Plan 9. Make a statement today. This is the only trilogy you'll ever need. The link is below in the description. Hello, potential Indiegogo backers. Hello, friends. My name is Ethan Van Sciver. I'm a comic book creator who worked for 20 years for Marvel and DC Comics on books like Green Lantern, Flash, Superman, Batman, and X-Men. But before that, I had a comic book called Cyberfrog. Now, Cyberfrog lasted from 1993 to 1998, and then it stopped when I went to go work for DC Comics. Now I want to tell the story of where Cyberfrog has been for the last 20 years. I want to write, pencil, ink a book called Cyberfrog Blood Honey that tells the story of gigantic alien hornets that come to Earth and conquer it, sending Cyberfrog into deep hibernation, where he emerges now in the year 2018 into a completely alternate reality, a new world where these hornets have taken over, devastated humanity, using human skin to make gigantic wasp hives, and harvesting human blood to make honey to feed their young. Very few humans still exist. But it's up to Cyberfrog to save what's left of humanity and turn back the damage that's been done by these wasps with his brother Salamandroid and his friend Heather Swain. I want you to help me do this. We're going to get colors by Kyle Ritter. He's a fantastic colorist, and he's going to make this book sing. I'd like this to be a 48-page one-shot prestige format, part 1 of 4. So I'm asking you to help me launch the very first Cyberfrog Blood Honey epic graphic novel. Are you in? Will you help me? I hope so. Let's get this frog jumping again.